Welcome everybody. Yes, Love Them Knives channel, and we have real steel in the studio. Real steel Pathfinder FFG. Interesting because when Real Steel contacted me, it says, well, have you checked out the Pathfinder FFG? And I mean, I didn't understand quite what they were saying. I knew Pathfinder, right? And yes, I have owned the Pathfinder. I did a video on it, and it's been a while, right? And so, like it, yes, I do. And who's got the, oh, okay. Oh, Braginets. Okay, Ivan Braginets design. Yes, yes, indeed. Like his designs. And I go, yeah, I did a video on it. And they go, no, no, no. That's not the FFG. And it's like, okay. So they explained it to me finally. FFG means full flat grind. Okay. So this is different than the original Pathfinder. How so, you might say? Because the original Pathfinder, as you can see here, has a Scandi grind. And see, I wasn't figuring that out just from the picture. So this is the full flat grind, this is the Scandi grind. Okay, what they are saying in theirs is that the Scandi grind is more for a bushcraft, etc. This might be for a little bit heavier use, and this not so much, or the other way around. Whatever, because there was a little discussion about that. Yeah, with a delicate 14-degree edge. Okay, and that's the bushcraft one. So that's a Scandi grind, okay? More ideal for precision tasks like whittling and kindling, okay? So I guess they're saying that this is a bit more delicate. This is a little bit more hardy. And so this is maybe for a heavier use, okay, as they're saying here. Okay, this is the full flat right here, okay? All right, so here she is, and not too shabby. Yeah, it's a good sized knife, isn't it? Oh yeah, baby. Definitely bigger than the Spyderco Paramilitary 2, isn't it? So what does that say? What are we talking about here? We're talking about not a 4-inch blade, but not far off of that. 3.75-inch blade at 96 millimeters. Down here, 4 inches at about 100 millimeters. And then really the cutting edge is at about 3 3/4 inches at 96 millimeters. And then we're almost 8 3/4 overall length at 22 centimeters. This is a good sized knife. It's a good sized knife. And I can't remember what they call the lock on this. I'll have to look it up because everybody's got, crossbar lock or whatever, this kind of thing is, or axis or whatever, So that's what this is. I mean, all Omega springs on here, I'm guessing. And so it's very similar to that. Now, here is, the blade goes all the way in to the handle. Okay, and you got 2 sets of jimping along here because they're figuring you might get way up here or whatever. And so I can imagine getting up here, not all the way up here, but maybe. And so, yeah, this crossbar lock's pretty good because it goes and interferes with the entire blade, right? Only giving it up when you release that. But I mean, otherwise it comes in. I mean, the only way you're going to get that to release is to pull this back, okay? That's going to be pretty hardy there. And so pretty solid. You got contoured G10, and I think they have this in a green or whatever, so you can check that out. Now, looks like we got a little blank in here, so we could go right or left hand with the deep carry, very deep carry pocket clip, okay? And it looks like you got skeletonized liners, all that kind of thing. And I don't know how insanely interested I am. I might just take this scale off and take a look because this is probably not a 3-piece pivot. And I just struggled with one the other day on a video because it's a little bit more difficult to do a reassembly Oh, it's easy to tear things down, isn't it? Get yourself a, a 1970 Cuda, and oh yeah, I can do this. I can redo this car. Yeah, well, it's easy to tear apart. Not so easy to put back together. So I like to watch Garage Squad, and it's like, oh baby, guys stepping right in the middle of it. 14C28N. Yes, they do. Hey, they got dreams, man. I want to get one just so I can call Garage Squad and they come rebuild the damn thing for me. Okay, oh, if I could even afford a junker of one of those cars. Wow, that is sharp. That is damn sharp there. Okay, okay. Ah, yes. And it comes in a box like this, and they always wrap the knife up in. There's their regular paperwork stuff. There's the specific for the knife. Isn't that interesting? Hold on. Why did they do that? Isn't that interesting? They accidentally got two of them in here, didn't they? Yeah, I'm not seeing any difference in them. Okay. And then they always wrap it up in a microfiber cloth. So you get that, you get that, you get paperwork on the actual specific knife, and then you get their generic stuff with their, warranty stuff and all that in a good solid box. Okay. But this is definitely comfortable because Contour G10, big handle, lots of room here. Very sharp blade, 14C, good corrosion resistance, and easy to sharpen, and stonewash blade. So I think there's a black blade option on the FG, the Pathfinder FG. There you go. But you know what? What I was gonna say a few breaths ago was, see that fuller? It'd be nice if you could middle finger flick this thing, but you can't do that. Yeah, blade to handle length is plenty. Here's kind of a little bit of a break here in the design flow, but here's why. You got that stop right there at the top. Well, what you gonna do? I don't know. So I think you got to just do what they did. You can flick this off the thumb studs, but the thumb studs are right there. In fact, I don't think, I think this may be the stop when you close it too. Yeah, you're not quite hitting the scale, are you? Okay. I was thinking maybe those were the stop when you flip it closed, but no, it's not quite hitting. Okay, so you can kick it open with thumb stud or reverse flick it that way. It's not easy to because those things are so close to the scale. But you know what? The detent on this is not that bad. So really, this to open it up just like that, real easy. Okay, whew, that's a blade. That's a blade. This would be just good all general kind of use knife, but really for hunting, camping, it'd be really nice, wouldn't it? Okay, so you could do a lot with this because it's, almost a 4-inch blade. So it gives you a lot of options. And you got a long G10 backspace around here. And of course, your steel liners are not nested. Okay, so they're right there. But like I was saying a little earlier, yeah, it looks like they're skeletonized for, keep the weight down a little bit. Wow, 4.8 ounces, that's not bad for almost a 9-inch knife, especially one that seems like it's a little thick on the ends, in the middle with the contours and stuff. It's a handful. 4.8 ounces, 136 grams. It's not that heavy. Wow, interesting. Okay, what do we got here? I'll bet it's more than 0.46. Oh, God, 14.6, 0.57. Okay, so it's way thicker than, paramilitary 2 would be right there. Yeah, way, way thicker than a PM2. Okay, blade, about 3 millimeter, 0.11. Yeah, 2.8. So where'd I just throw my para? Okay. Yeah, This is definitely thinner in the pocket than this is. But this is not contoured, and this is, and it's really comfortable in the hand. You know, not saying anything about the PM2. I've got a couple of 3 of them. So yes, I do like them. But wow, yeah, this is easy to use. And you do have a lanyard hole through here, which might be not a bad idea. I'm not a big lanyard guy anymore. Used to kind of be. Now I'd have to retrain myself on how to weave a lanyard. Oh my God, it's been a while. But it's kind of nice to have one hanging out your pocket. It makes it easy to grab and withdraw out of your pocket, especially if you got a really deep carry clip, right? And that's what that has. Bang, just like that. It's solid. No play, no mess. Boom, right in there. No play in the detent. No, nothing going on there. Okay, so it's good. And methinks, wow, you know what? Methinks that we're going to use a number 8 and a number 6. We got no way in on that side. Okay, that's my number 6. This is my number 8. Let's see where we go from here. Okay, so I'm pushing that all the way through. Are we unscrewing? We are unscrewing. Okay, just like that. Okay, now let's take a gander. What are we doing here? Of course, you could always, move your pocket clip over if you wanted to without really jerking everything apart, which is smart. Okay, is that longer? Yeah, that's longer. Yeah, of course it is. Of course it would be. This is going through this spacer or whatever to do all that jazzabaroo. And here comes this, and there's your little plate that you can pull out, and then you can put your pocket clip in there and just reverse from the other. And there's your Omega spring and this. And you know what? That looks like washers. So, and definitely skeletonized. And no adjustability on the Omega spring, but it's just recently that anybody's ever come up with that. And then there's an internal screw here to be able to take this off. But you know what? You're going to have to take the other scale off to be able to get this bar to go down into this space to pull it out through and to reveal the washers. And then putting it back together with that in mind is not fun, because you got to push this all the way through the assembled knife from the outside scale. Okay. Oh, that's fun. That's fun. And let me not bore you with me cussing and screaming. So yeah, no. I mean, I like the clutch lock because there's screws on both sides, and it's a 3-piece pivot, so the pivot stays in place. The screws come out. You can pull each side off. It's super easy. If you've seen my previous disassemblies on these Omega spring knives, but this, the way it is, oh yeah, I can disassemble it and reassemble it. It's just not very easy to do. It's very fidgety. And so are all the axis lock knives, and so are all the knives that have a 2-piece pivot that are not a 3-piece. And so you cannot take screw off and a screw off and leave the pivot bar in place and then pull things off the side. It's just not convenient. Okay, so we got a long screw and a short screw. And so the short screw goes to the inside here, and it is a number 6, I believe. And so we're going to, because it just goes into the liner, where the big long screw goes all the way in through and past to connect through the backspacer thing. So there we go. So we're back. Just like that, with the FG, and maybe I gave it a little too much of a tug. Well, no, I don't think I did. Okay, I think we're good. We're good now. There you go. Just like that. All right. So the FFG. So if you like the one with the Scandi, you might like the full flat grind, folks. Big knife. Very, very budget friendly too. It's not very expensive, okay? And yay, it's a Braginets design, right? This might be one you would like to carry around, that's for sure. And it's good for lefties. You can go left. Take care, my friends. Yes, love them knives. You guys, stay sharp.